Across the country, college towns and industrial cities have revitalized their downtowns.
Keene, New Hampshire. Montclair, New Jersey.
In Lowell, Massachusetts.
In looking at these cities, it came to our minds that Fitchburg was once a thriving mill town.
We decided to talk to Ellen Gamble about some of the reasons that Fitchburg has lost a lot of its local business. Last year, with her Fitchburg High School seniors, they presented a Main Street revitalization project at Fitchburg State University. She and her senior students did extensive research.
I think that Main Street used to be a place where people gathered. So there were shops, there were restaurants, there were churches, there were activities. And I don't necessarily feel that it's as much of a gathering place anymore. So because it's not a gathering place, businesses didn't have as much foot traffic as they used to. I know another reason that a lot of the storefronts have gone away. Mary Jo Bohart, the Director of Community Development for the City of Fitchburg, had shared this with us last year in that a couple of the major businesses downtown have gone away. So the courthouse is no longer there. There's a local small courthouse, but not the big state one. GE is gone. A lot of the businesses that used to be down there are gone, which means a lot of the foot traffic from the employees is gone, therefore no business for them.
To get some better insight as to why so many shops and businesses have left our Main Street, we went downtown and visited some of the businesses that are still there.
Espresso's Pizza opened in 1986. They have been a thriving restaurant for over 30 years. When we asked them about some of the things they struggled with, the manager expressed his concerns for the drug addicts and homelessness that usually hung around their restaurant. This concerns them because they say it makes it hard for business.
Duvarney's is a jewelry store that opened in 1971. While they said that they had no financial troubles, they have noticed less foot traffic has led to a decline in a lot of businesses in the area. While they normally don't experience this decline in their own business, they've seen dozens of businesses come and go in the past 30 years.
Curious, we asked them, why has foot traffic disappeared? The man we spoke to said that once Fitchburg City Hall closed and moved to Boulder Drive, it took the foot traffic with it.
The last business we visited was a bit newer and more modern. River Raven is a tattoo and piercing parlor on Upper Main Street that opened in 2009 as Flesh by Design, then reopened as River Raven in 2015. The owner of the parlor gave us a lot of insightful information. He told us some similar information about City Hall, but he gave us a lot of new information that helped explain a lot of the reasons why there has been a decrease in business on Main Street.
He raised concerns for the conditions of the buildings. A lot of them are falling apart from the inside out. Paired with Fitchburg's strict building codes, high rents, and unmotivated landlords, that makes it hard to own a business. Foot traffic is essential to keeping businesses alive and thriving. When City Hall closed and moved, a lot of the foot traffic disappeared.
It's almost like which came first, the chicken or the egg? Mm-hmm. The idea of without people, there's no businesses, but without businesses, there's no people. Mm-hmm. So the idea of if there was a large business down there, maybe we'd start to see more. They're renovating Putnam Place where City Hall is and River Styx Brewery, and they're trying to draw businesses down there. The college has bought the theater block, which I think is going to draw businesses down there. I think getting the businesses back there will get the people, but we need some big players that's going to get the foot traffic down there. I don't know if it's going to, if we just opened up a whole bunch of little mom and pop type stores or restaurants, I don't know if that's going to bring the traffic as much as a bigger business or a bigger block.
Buildings are in bad condition too. They're badly out of code, they're not handicapped accessible, and they're falling apart. Renovations are extremely expensive, landlords don't want to put money into renovating their buildings, and the rent is extremely high to begin with.
In order to bring foot traffic back to downtown Fitchburg, the buildings need to be renovated and brought up to code.
An example of some action being taken by the college is the renovations of the theater block. Fitchburg State plans to work with the city to renovate the theater and reopen it, as well as make the second floor of the block as the center for the college's game design major. Reopening the theater will hopefully be the first step to bringing foot traffic back to Main Street.
A lot of people say, however, that Fitchburg is poor and has no money to do all of these things. This is simply not true. Fitchburg has the money, it's just not focused on Main Street. The owner of the River Raven, since he is located on the theater block, told us that the project is already 6 months behind. If the city were to bring their focus to Main Street, then it would be easier to get the ball rolling to revitalize downtown Fitchburg.
After all this research, our question, I wonder why all of this changed, led us to ask another question. Can this be fixed?
Definitely.
Without a doubt.
I would love to see that. I think they could. And I think that it's going to be a partnership between the city and the college. I think that partnership has to happen, and it would benefit both.
Fitchburg's downtown has the potential to be completely renewed. It is just a matter of bringing buildings up to code and bringing the focus back to revitalizing Main Street.
Like Lowell, Fitchburg is a gateway city. Gateway cities are small to mid-sized mill towns that have historically been the engines of regional economies across Massachusetts.
Benjamin Foreman wrote that gateway cities educate a disproportionately large share of the state's workforce. They house colleges and other important regional institutions. They have significant infrastructure with excess capacity, and they possess authentic urban form that many residents find desirable.
Because the essential tools to build the kind of projects that create real value in a city are missing, the significant state and local investments being made in gateway cities are underperforming.
This is why we need to bring the city's focus back to Main Street.
Fitchburg is one of Massachusetts' gateway cities and has the potential to be so much more than it is now.
I'm Sydni Grinkis.
I'm Kate Lambert, And thank you for watching.